Hurricane Dorian continues to threaten the United States East Coast, now as a major hurricane again at 115 miles per hour, pressure of 955 millibars as of 11 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time this September 4th. Dorian is slated to make a landfall in North Carolina sometime Friday afternoon as a stage 5 on the CDPS, where as much as 8 inches of rain will fall, but it's going to be the wind field that's going to be the biggest threat, as those winds will be lashing the South Carolina and North Carolina coastline going into Thursday and Friday. Dorian is at 31.3 degrees north, 79.6 degrees west. Again, stage 5 in the CDPS, catastrophic damage wherever it's going to go in North Carolina. And some of the areas that are going to be impacted include Charleston at 102 miles, Myrtle Beach at 176, Wilmington at 225, Morehead City, where we could see a potential landfall, at 289, and Nags Head at 394 miles. We do have hurricane warnings from mouth of the Savannah River to the North Carolina-Virginia border, Pamlico and the Albemarle Sounds, and hurricane watches from the St. Mary's River to the Savannah River. Some of those warnings do extend inland from the coastline. Getting into the rainfall forecast for Dorian, you see as it starts to make that north to northeastward jog, heavy rain is going to be hammering the South Carolina and North Carolina areas before it'll start moving up towards the Cape Cod region by the time we get into Saturday and Sunday. And by that time, it should be heading out to sea, affecting maybe maritime Canada through the weekend, and then eventually turning post-tropical by the time we get into next week. Sea surface temperatures for Dorian are marginal at best, 27 to 28 degrees Celsius under it. Where it's been going, it has been cooling those waters. Once it gets closer towards its eventual landfall, it'll be down to 26 degrees Celsius, so that should help weaken it by the time it gets to that point. Getting into the forecast, Dorian is expected to weaken as it gradually makes its way towards the North Carolina coastline, possibly a low-end Category 2 before it does make landfall somewhere around the Morehead City and going over the Outer Banks. It may end up impacting the Cape Cod region as we go through the week, and then up towards Nova Scotia, Newfoundland, and New Brunswick, and then by that time it'll probably be post-tropical and will finally be out of here, as between the Bahamas and the United States they've taken a lot of impacts. Chances of tropical storm force winds are looking like this over the next 5 days. Charleston, Myrtle Beach, Wilmington all 99%, Morehead City at 98%, and Nags Head at 97%. All these are going to be well within tropical storm force range for this storm. Getting into the models, most of them do indicate that gradual weakening could be a Category 2 still by the time it does get towards its eventual landfall. And some of the deterring factors that is going to help weaken it is that wind shear getting well above 20 knots over the next day or two. Then you can see the sea surface temperatures are not going to be in its favor. It's going to get a lot of dry air in there, and you can see that track looking like a North Carolina landfall as we go into Thursday and Friday. Getting into the visual imagery, you can see where that northwestern eye wall has started to build back in. That has allowed it to re-intensify just a little bit back up to major hurricane threshold at 115 miles per hour. And you can really see that eye wall build back in on the water vapor imagery. A lot of those greens and reds starting to build back in over that northwestern side. It's not as strong as it was a few days ago, but still looks very impressive on the visual imagery, which is why Recon, when they did go, they did find surface level winds that were indicative of it being upgraded back to Category 3. But if you are in South Carolina, specifically Charleston, Myrtle Beach, up to Wilmington, Morehead City, you guys have maybe another 12 hours at that before your preparations need to be done before this is going to start hitting you. Again, to note that the wind profile on Dorian is very large, so places very far inland are going to be experiencing effects, and that's why there are tropical storm warnings well inland from where the hurricane warnings are along the coastline. So you guys need to be prepared if you're inland. You guys keep an eye on this, as we will be too, and we'll have another update later on. Thank you for watching this production of Force 13. For more information about Force 13, you can reach us on all of our media outlets. Our website, force13.com, where we are revamping the website and writing new articles for your reading pleasure. We're also on YouTube at youtube.com/force13. You're probably there already. If you are, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button to keep getting updates like these rolling into your mailbox. We're also on Facebook, keyword Force 13, where we'll post our articles, and keep an eye out there for any live events that we may simulcast there. We're also on Twitter, keyword Force 13. And if you want to look swag like our own Nathan Foy here, you can rock our colors by going to our store. Our store is store.force13.com, or you can continue directly to the project by way of the Patreon. More information about patronage and the privileges you can get from it can be found at patreon.com/force13. And if you want to reach out to the project directly, you can reach out to us at Force13 on Skype, or you can hit me up directly at extension TREN, extension 1375, or you can hit that link in the bottom of the description to get to our Discord. That information also available at the end of this segment.